How's it going, everyone? It is WilsonPlays here, and today I am back with a much anticipated video that's been spoken about for quite a while. Today I am going to be talking you through my top 10 cars of the GTA series. In no way is this a definitive, these are the best cars in GTA. This is all my own opinion, so you might have differing opinions. But what I want you to do is leave in the comments what your top 10 favourite cars are from the GTA series, if not some honourable mentions that are some of your favourites. And also, if you do go on to enjoy this video, please hit the like button because this took a lot of effort and time to put together. And yeah, with that out of the way, guys, let's get into my top 10 cars of the GTA series. So coming in at number 10 is the Oracle from GTA 5. Now I know what you're thinking, if you've been watching me for a while. A car from GTA 5 has made this list? Don't worry, there's two more on the way. But back to the Oracle, this is honestly all to do with looks. As you can see in the background, this is me driving the car, my custom version on my GTA Online account. And it's all to do with looks. The car just looks really, really cool, and it performs quite well as well. It's not obviously a car that you bring to a race with some of the fastest cars in the game, but it can be quite fast and does handle pretty well. Yeah, I've spent a lot of hours driving in this car when I used to play GTA Online religiously, and honestly, I just love this car. I absolutely love it. It's probably due to the fact that it's upgraded and customized and all that as to why I love it so much. The stock car just doesn't look amazing, I guess, but yeah, the Oracle has made the top 10, and that might surprise a lot of you. But yeah, on to number 9. Coming in at number 9 is the second of 3 GTA 5 vehicles, and that's the Shafter V12. In this particular instance, the armoured version. Now, the Shafter V12 is a very high performing car. I believe at one point it had the best top speed of any vehicle in GTA Online. Don't quote me on that, I'm not an expert. But obviously the car itself looks amazing. It's based loosely off a modern Mercedes, and yeah, it's a very well performing car, handles pretty well, it's really fast, and it being armoured can take a shitload of bullets before it explodes, and also 2 rockets, which is pretty nice. Of course, there's cars that can survive a lot more in this game, especially right now. But with my time playing GTA Online, when I used to play it all the time, this was one of my go-to cars, and yeah, I absolutely love it. And as you can see, my custom version in GTA Online, with the green and the white neons, it just looks great. So yeah, that's Shafter V12 at number 9. Coming in at number 8 is the third and final GTA 5 car on this list. As you can probably imagine, they're all at the bottom, but it's the Zentono. Now, the Zentono used to be the car that I drove the most in GTA Online, basically because it was really fast in a straight line and it handled like a dream. Now, remember, most of my hours in GTA Online were a long time ago, before a lot of updates were brought to GTA Online. So yeah, but at the time, this car was one of the quickest that was out there, and it looks amazing, like you can see with my white and red paint job. And it handled like a dream, and that's why I loved it so much. So yeah, that's why the Zentono is at number 7. It's made the top 10, and the amount of hours and miles that I put into this car was ridiculous, and yeah, it's a car that I love. So on to number 7. Coming in at number 7 on the list might surprise quite a few people if you've been watching the channel for a while, and that is the Elegy, or the Elegy, or whatever you want to call it, from GTA San Andreas. It might surprise you that this is quite far down the list, but trust me, there's better cars, in my opinion, coming up later on in the video. But the reason why I love this is obviously it's based very loosely on the Skyline, the Nissan Skyline, a JDM legend. And of course, your boy loves JDM cars, as you already know. Performance of this car isn't, honestly, not that great, especially handling-wise. But the car just looks amazing, and once it's customized, I'll have some footage on the screen of what I would typically do to an Elegy or Elegy if I was to customize it. But yeah, the car just looks brilliant because it's based on the Nissan Skyline. And yeah, absolutely love this car, but It is quite low down this list, as you've seen, which might surprise some of you. But yeah, that's number 7. Let's go on to number 6. Coming in at number 6 is the Sultan from GTA San Andreas, and now this will definitely shock you as to why this is so low down, but I promise I have more favourite cars on the way. And yeah, the reason why I love the Sultan, of course, my dream car is the Subaru Impreza, and this is largely based on the 22B, the Impreza 22B. And overall, this car, of course, looks amazing. It also performs really, really well. Like, I think it's the quickest 4-door car in the game. And it performs really, really well. It's not amazing in a straight line compared to some of the other cars in the game. But through the corners, it's brilliant. And off-road, again, as you might imagine, based on a Subaru, it's also brilliant. Again, I'll have some footage on the screen of what I would use or how I would customize the car, get it to look as close as the game will let me to the the 555 Subaru Impreza from the World Rally Championship back in the day. But yeah, the Sultan's an amazing car, and it's not going to be the only time that this car technically features on this list. So with that out of the way, let's move on to number 5. Coming in at number 5 then is the Vigero, I'm hoping I'm saying that right, from GTA 4. Brilliant car, looks absolutely amazing, classic old school American muscle, sounds amazing in this game as well, and yeah, I absolutely adore this car. It's not amazing if you're trying to like run away from the police or anything like that, because obviously it's really slidey, it being an American muscle car, but it's just an awesome car. And as you probably expected, there's some footage on the screen of driving the rusty version of it because of the channel meme Princess. Only long-time subscribers are going to probably know about that meme. But yeah, that's the Vigero, and we'll move on to number 4. Coming in at number 4 then is the Sultan RS, again from GTA 4. Now, you guys probably expected this if you've been watching the channel. It's a weird hybrid between a Subaru and an Evo, two of arguably the legends from the Japanese car industry. But what can I say? This car is rapid, it handles amazingly, and the sounds, oh my god, the sounds of this car. And it's kind of unique in the sense that you can, for the most part, only get it in one place. Of course, you can. It's rare that you find it on the street without driving one yourself. But honestly, this car is amazing, and it probably surprises you that it's at number 4 and not somewhere closer to the top. But that's just my honest opinion. And yeah, I absolutely adore this car, and it's easily made the top 10. So with that out of the way, guys, let's get into the top 3. Now it's time for the top 3, and coming in at number 3 is the VPD Cruiser, aka just the police back in Vice City. But yeah, this might surprise some of you, but some of you, if you've like listened to me over time, you'll know that I really adore this police car. It's absolutely awesome. It just looks amazing. I don't know what it is about this police car. I mean, it's green, which is my favourite colour. And it's just the model of it. For some reason, it just looks amazing to me. And especially in Vice City Stories, which you'll see some footage of as well, where the model is just more up-to-date and more refined and stuff like that. The car just looks brilliant. And yeah, it's made the top 3. It's just been like one of those cars that for years I've just loved. And yeah, that's all I can really say about it. It being a police car, of course it performs really well, it handles really well, it's really fast in a straight line, and all that good stuff. And yeah, it's made the top 3 of my top 10 GTA cars. So now let's move on to the runner-up. Now it's time for the runner-up car, and the runner-up car is the Bullet from GTA San Andreas. I don't know if this surprises anyone. But yeah, I have a soft spot for this car, quite a big soft spot, because back in the day, I used to spend hours and hours and hours playing San Andreas multiplayer, because I was a moderator slash server manager on this trucking server, and my go-to car was always my Bullet, because it was really fast in a straight line, It's really good in the corners. It's very well balanced. And yeah, I just have a soft spot for this car because the majority of my hours in San Andreas in recent times, recent years should I say, has been driving this car on San Andreas multiplayer. So I have a massive soft spot for it, and it's made number 2 just quite easily. I mean, it's a beautiful car as well. It looks awesome. Of course, loosely based on the Ford GT. But yeah, it's just a fantastic car, and it's made the runner-up spot. But now, let's move on to number 1. And coming in at number 1, you guessed it, if you've watched me for any length of time, is the Mafia Sentinel / Leone Sentinel. It's kind of a tie, because I can't decide between the two. Because, yeah, they both look similar, but obviously the LCS version looks different to the GTA 3 version. But, slightly off topic, you saw when I got in the car, I was in that little lay-by that's near the police station. I used my randomizer save, and for whatever reason, the car's spawns were still random. I don't really understand why, but anyway, that's off topic. Back to the car. The car is just beautiful. Look at it. It's absolutely gorgeous, and it performs very, very well. It's probably the best gang car that I can even think of in GTA history in terms of its performance and all that. Maybe the Yakuza Stinger might be quicker, but yeah, back to this car. It's gorgeous. I've loved the car ever since I first laid my eyes on it as a kid playing GTA 3, and it's just amazing. It absolutely is. The LCS version, sounds-wise, is very, very cool, which made the car even better. And overall, you probably saw this coming, but the car is just amazing. I love it. But yeah, that's it for my top 10 cars of the GTA series. If you did enjoy this video, please hit the like button, because it took me a lot of effort to get this video together. And let me know in the comments your top 10 cars, or some likely candidates if you were to make a top 10 list. Subscribe for more. Let me know if there's any ideas you want me to do video-wise, whether you want me to do something very similar with something different. But yeah, with that out of the way, guys, huge thank you to my channel members. And yeah, I shall see you in the next one. Take care, guys.